Oh, that was a tutorial level. So have fun reading this in pause, because I know what I have to do, and I would really like to get on with it. The early setup, you have to be really quick. I'm gonna nick myself at least 2 psychiatrists, train people, and I have to get the 1 researcher. Because research is now available for us. It's gonna be expensive and annoying, and we're gonna hate to do it, but we're gonna have to do it every single level. So that's fun. Research makes your drugs more effective and allows you to discover cures for different newer illnesses. So you basically do have to do research. I don't hurry hiring anyone else except the best doctors, because nobody else has any skills worth mentioning except the doctors. If you can't get the correct ones, they may never become, like some levels, work on a scenario basis, where the scenario is that everyone's a slow, untrained asshole, and if you don't get the really good ones the first month before they go away, you're done. You're just done. You're not gonna do well in that level. Can they? I'm not exactly sure they can fit, so I'm just gonna put that right here. And this is it for each level. You know, you have to build up, you have to do the basics. It's a weirdly Zen-like rush to do it again. But each level builds on the mechanics. You have more complicated things happening, you have more oh shit to watch out for. Like in this one, you learn about extra hospital partitions and research. Because all the rooms that you have to use to clear the level with anywhere decent reputation, you have to research cures and treat diagnosis and treatment rooms, and they're going to cost money, and they're going to take up space that, most importantly, we do not have right now. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go away, because I think in that room I could just fit in a ward that's decent enough in size, and the room will actualize when the staff member leaves it. I'd like 2 more beds, 2 plants, and a radiator. I didn't register one of my presses for a bed. That's annoying. I figure 3 patients at the same time is good for a small hospital, which this will be because like it's one of the early ones and it's not especially complicated yet. So I don't know if you could hear me over the intro when I said it, but this was not work done by Peter Molyneux, because this is a Bullfrog game. He was absent at the time, doing stuff with Dungeon Keeper. But a couple of the key members who did work on this are now the ones who are about to release 2 Point Hospital into the wild. I could not be happier. I've pre-ordered that bastard as soon as I could, and it's gonna get so much love from me. Excuse me, that's the breathing that I don't have. So again, this is the inflator, which is a mechanical object. I will put a fire extinguisher to prevent the absolute worst happening, and the radiator to keep everyone warm. I will go in here and adjust that warmth. And while I'm here, these red areas, if you look at the bottom right, it says it's for sale and for that amount. We're going to need one of these to put research and possibly toilets into. So that's how you buy new plots. And since we're not in a hurry yet, this is the finances screen, obviously. You can take out a loan, you can repay a loan, and if you click on the guy, you get a very nicely detailed in and out chart. I'm going to take out, I had to take out a loan in the first recording. That's, probably very likely what's going to happen. But unlike the other recording, I don't have a psychiatry. I nearly fucked this up. I need to have a diagnosis room right next, as close to the diagnostician's office as humanly possible. And a staff room should be near it in case the tired guy, is not in. You generally don't want the patient to have to wait a long-ass time for the doctor to march over here from the other side of the hospital. So rather than put down toilets, this is going to become a staff room. And we're already out of room, and there isn't enough for a pooper, which is going to be a problem, because if patients don't feel well, they're going to vomit all over your floors. They might just do it out of spite as well. There's no queuing for the staff room, there's no queuing for the toilet. Psychiatry is going to have a few, and we're going to accommodate that. I should buy a few more benches to put directly in front of each treatment room too. It will help. So I can't place that there for some reason. Oh, because this would create a seal and nobody could go in. That's fine, I just move that over here and that'll be... That's solved. So our So that victorious noise was the hospital opening. And now we have patients coming in that we need to, you know, pay attention to and cure and everything. I have 3 doctors, all of them psychiatrists. And I'm gonna need a whole lot more. I'm gonna need a researcher. I don't have one. Oh, I can hire a consultant. Look at that zippy little shit. They cost a lot each month, but look at that speed. It's so good. They can get so much shit done. Excuse me. We also have a nurse for the pharmacy and a nurse for the ward, but if one of them is resting, then there will be no replacement. So I'm going to hire a nurse in case each of those does go, like, funny. And I'm paying too much for staff, I know this, but I've always done this and survived. So, the patient, you know, someone wasn't sure what this patient's problem was, so they're in for... What's the word? Observation. They'll eventually get up, go back to be told what their problem is here, but I cannot rest on my big fat European ass. I need to buy this lot. And go over here. It exists. It's ours to use. The other lot that I could buy doesn't exist because I'm kind of God and I have to will it into existence because I'm marvelous. Like, actually. So, you know. So I'm gonna make a little pooper that 5 people are gonna be able to simultaneously use. They will have to go over a wing, which is, again, not the most ideal solution, but I can't exactly do a whole lot more right now.
Doctor, attending psychiatry, please.
There we go. VIP can absolutely visit because I need the reputation boost and the money boost, quite frankly. So I could buy the research thingy, but I would probably run out of money, which I wouldn't like. So I'm just going to buy... Or rather, I'm going to take out a loan. And then I'm going to do the research department. This is a key room for the remainder of the game. One you absolutely want to pay attention to, like as hard as humanly possible. That's not going to... that was a mistake. Because I want at least 1 more, but 2 more, probably 2 more desks. Now, your staff are people too, so if you just lol, here's no radiator, fuck all of you, they're not gonna like that too much. So, only research people with this symbol can go and use the research room, which I think makes sense. So they're gonna do that, and that unlocks the other menu that I didn't click on because I'm an idiot. And here you can determine if you want them to research equipment that can cure stuff, diagnose stuff, make your drugs better so they don't kill people, because right now even the basic invisibility potion has a 95% chance of working. Or general improvements to hardware, or whatever that is. I'm just gonna let it tick away and, you know, eventually I'll get better drugs. And more things to diagnose with. Currently, I'm low on money with loan, so that's not fantastic. But if I play the game well, at the end of the year I will get awards, which you haven't seen because I did so good it actually skipped it. The awards are a good time to clean up, make some money, get some reputation bonuses and whatnot. And neither of these, you know, they don't need benches or anything, there's no queuing for them. I'm going to try and capture each illness being cured, because most of the charm in this game comes from the surrealist humor. And this was one of the first games I've ever seen in a magazine, and they used to exist, like payphones, that I just absolutely had to have. I had this wonderful soul feeling of having to have it, and no regrets at all. It's a fantastic game. And frankly, 2 Point Hospital is scratching that itch so hard. It's not even out yet. It's exactly a week to release as I record this. But I cannot see myself not playing that until I'm sick. Right? So this is the VIP character. He just goes into every door. Still way too loud, honey. And make sure everything's alright. And if there are no rats or puke or dead people, if there's nothing unseemly, then he'll like what he sees and he'll give you some rep and or cash. Now some illnesses, I don't know what she has. She has sleeping illness. That's not got a visual cue. But the pharmacy just does this. It just gives people colorful liquids to drink for way too much money and then they go away. Invisibility does have a very obvious tell, as does a few other illnesses like bloaty head, which I'll try to show off. So this machine's already slightly weakened, and you don't have to, but I'm going to tell a handyman to come and fix it. So what someone's going to divert eventually and go and fix it, and yeah, that's neither of the two that were closest. So now it's less prone to exploding, which we want, because I want to use that room, because rooms cost money. Okay, so we got a smaller bonus than before, which means that there were some problems, and no reputation boost, which means there are things that we could be fixing. So I'm going to go to my chart here and see that apparently people aren't warm. And they want more drinks, which is hilarious, because according to the heat map, yeah. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know where I could place the drinks machine, given that there are two already, and there's a third one. But has anyone come in with an obvious illness? No. Ah, new slicer has just been invented. That's going to be fun for a new illness that we haven't seen yet. I don't have the money to buy it. So the end of the year awards are going to be my big boost. Unless something happens. With the increased reputation from generally curing people... See, that went up a whole bunch for curing someone, and as long as you do well, you'll have a higher rep, which means more people. You want that, because income is a thing. It's a serious thing. I might be forced to temporarily take out a second loan, which I do not want. Vastly overhiring staff is a thing that I do, but it's not usually an issue. I'm wondering if I have enough plants, actually. Or if my handyman can keep up. It seems like they're running around an awful lot, but not getting much done. Oh, boy. Yes, please. That's worrisome. I can actually go ahead and buy the slicer now, but I haven't been told yet that there's a mysterious patient whose symptoms they can't figure out yet. So I'm not spending money that I don't have. This one wants to go to the toilet. They're not exactly warm either. That is strange. I wonder if I should go slightly more overkill on the radiators. Oh, that's the wrong screen, excuse me. I don't have money, which is a criteria to winning. I'm in the negative, am I? Oh, because of the loans. Jeez. There's a bloaty head patient, and that's not good. Okay. Wow, that, oh boy. That's a really serious. Okay. Okay, that's not good. I think I fixed the clogging, which might help. I think that might be why I was a bit low on money. That's a patient with slack tongue. If they can figure out that that's what it is, she's gonna want to be cured. They don't know, so I'm gonna get the guy, or girl, to wait while I build an additional diagnosis room. Which is gonna take up room meant for curing stuff, which is a problem. I also don't have an extra diagnosis room researched yet. What are my researchers doing? I'm gonna send that guy home because I don't think they'll research the damn thing in time. Concentrate on nothing except make that, please.
Doctor required in GP's office.
So he's figured something out.
Required an inflator room.
Okay, so a bloaty head patient is coming in to get his bloaty head cured. Eventually. Did that do his thirst? Yes, it did. So he just gets his head popped and then reinflated. I love this game. Well, would you like to do some work there, guys? You're like actively not working.